Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior, Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Mahavakal Kodash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, to Wadi Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, and to the few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days, because you know we're living in the last days of the last days. So many things are going on. Food prices skyrocketing, fuel skyrocketing. We're going to go into it. Future events. Right, well, listen, these are the last days of the last days. These are the last days of the last days. So we're going to start off on, we got Ecclesiastes and we got Isaiah 24. We're going to go to Isaiah 24. This is Isaiah 24. And we're going to jump straight to 24. Let this go past first. You've got the helicopters, you've got the surveillance helicopters as well. Isaiah 24. It says, behold, the Lord Jehovah makes the earth empty and makes it waste, distorts its surface and scatters abroad its inhabitants. This is impending danger. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with the mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the creditor, so with the debtor. So what does this mean? When the financial turmoil starts and all hell breaks loose, everybody's going to feel it. Everybody's going to feel that. Everyone. When all hell breaks loose, that's why it says, as with the lender, so with the buyer. Because everybody's going to feel that economic crunch. Everyone's going to feel that economic crunch. Everyone. So we want to make sure that we don't get caught up in that. We want to make sure we're acceptable unto Yahweh Shai. Everybody's going to feel that crunch. It's going to hit some people hard. Economic collapsing. These businesses, they're going bankrupt. Fuel prices skyrocketing. Right? Jet fuel. Some of the jets are not able to move. But because the jet fuel price is skyrocketing. Right? Oil is being overused. These are the signs of the times. These are the signs of the times. Okay? And the land shall be entirely emptied and utterly plundered. For the Lord has spoken this word. It says the earth shall be utterly emptied and utterly plundered. Let's also go to 2nd Ezra. Come on, this prophecy. Right, let's go to Ecclesiastes. I'm going to jump straight to verse 12. I'm going to go straight to 12. Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth. This is the time to remember Him. In the days of your youth, while you're young. A lot of these ancient men were young. And their mind was on Yahweh Shai. Remember the difficult days come and years draw near when you shall say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay? While the sun and light and the moon and stars are not darkened. And the sun and the moon and stars are not darkened. This is also referred to as their prognosticators. Where do they go to for answers? Prognosticators. They're witches. They're warlocks. That's who they go into. And it says, in a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Bro, the last pandemic, the last vaccine, what happened? What happened with the last vaccine? I call it the crack scene. What happened to the last crack scene? Everybody was indoors. That's what happened. Everybody was indoors. Vaxxed. They got vaxxed. You know how many businesses shut down? You know how many pubs shut down during not just pubs, but mostly pubs, because nobody was able to go to pubs because you couldn't be 2 meters. You have to be 2 meters apart. A lot of brothers. A lot of things were being orchestrated when that happened. A lot of things, right? That was martial law. That was a test trial. And the strong men shall bow down when the grinders cease. So when the grinders cease, what is grinding? Work, hustle. Have you ever heard that term? I'm on my grind. So the grind is ceasing. The grind is season right now. So only a few can work. People are losing their jobs, left, right, and center. People are losing unemployment. They say, oh, it's getting better. No, it's on the decline. And most of these people are not even working. Most of these people are not even working. Most of them are what you call gang stalkers. That's another topic. What's gang stalking? What's that a product of? People not working. Gang stalking is basically you're working for a security company or law enforcement. That's not a real job. So most of these people in London, they gang stalk for a living and they get paid for it. That's indicative of the grinding seizing. It's an app. You can get the app. You can buy it. It's a security agency. Do you want to watch someone today? Do you need a bit of money? We pay you about £200 just for you to wear blue, step outside your house. That's not a real job. So the grinding is seizing. Okay? The grinding is seizing. And the strong men bow down when the grinding is seized because they are few. And those that look through the windows grow dim. You're looking at the windows, they're growing dim now. Hardly any work. Shut down. Every store shut. Every business is shut. What in them times? And it says, check this out. And the grinding cease. And the sound of grinding is low. 2015, 2015, remember everything was thriving, not no more. Businesses are shutting down. And the people that feel it the hardest are the mum and father and the son and father stores. You know, they're feeling it the most. One rises up and sounded the bird, and the daughters of music are brought low. You got the daughters of music that are being brought low as well. And how most of these musicians make money? They make money off touring. That's how they make money, off tours. So even that's shutting down. During the pandemic, they couldn't perform. So there was a lot of money that was lost. And it says, also they are afraid of the height of the terrors in the way. When the almond tree blossoms, the grasshopper is a burden and desires fails. For man goes to eternal home and the mourners go about the streets. So you're going to have people now, when they're going to really be desperate for food, how are they going to get their next meal? How are they going to pay them bills? Bro, this is what it's coming to, bro. Yeah, these people can't keep up this illusion. You got all the bikes and all that. They can't keep up this illusion. They want to give you the illusion that it's a well-running system. It's not running well. It's not running well. So we've got the jet fuel. Inflation as well. What's inflation? Inflation when the prices of something skyrocket. So why do you get inflation? When, example, if there's not enough oil, well, guess what's going to happen? The oil prices are going to go up. No recording. No recording. The oil prices are going to go up. You got people that want to secretly record us. Well, the oil prices are going to go up. Now, why was the oil price go up? Because there's less of it. That's why the jets, bro. Nah, this is heavy. We told you about this, brothers. Butter. The price of butter. How much? Like £4. Nearly a fiver for small butter. You can get some for £3, but it's all skyrocketing. For a tomato ketchup, it's about $4.50 for some tomato ketchup, the small tomato ketchup. Because the less of something there is, the higher the price goes up. So that's what's happening now. So you're going to see, listen, economic crash, which is designed anyway by the bankers because that's what they want. Order out of chaos. Because they know if they can control your food, your stocks, all of that prices, they can control you. So this is, brothers, this is heavy. So we went into that. We're also going to go to 2nd Ezra. There's going to be famines, brothers. There are going to be famines out here. All right? This is 2nd Ezra 16. Hold on just a minute. We got 16, 32. People are going to be starving, man. Looking for that next meal. Where are they going to get it from? This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. Actually, you know what we're going to go to? We're going to go to verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. The swords in their hands. You're hearing this? For there shall be sedition among men. What's sedition? Uprising, uproars among men. Sedition. Turmoil. Babakisha. Hold on just a minute. No, brothers, turmoil. It's got to be not about turmoil. Panicking, right? This system is not as well structured as you think it is. There's a lot of flaws within the system. A lot. The system's flawed. The system is flawed. And it says, what else have we got? So it says, Baba Kishar, hold on just a minute. Take my time in this one. What did that beeping like that? What was that? I'm trying to mess with her nervous system. Baba Kishar. You know they do that, right? That's all Satan, bro. Spiritual warfare. Let's see what else we got. Hold on just a minute. A man shall desire to go into it. I'm moving too fast. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They're going to try to get to your kings and princes because of the famines, because of the economic that decline. They're going to be having to go with the princes. Okay? And it says, they shall not regard kings nor princes. So it's going to get real medieval out here. Proper. They're not going to regard kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So key thing, the course of their actions are going to stand in their power. So the prime ministers, presidents, you're going to have people that are going to want to get to them. So like, well, why is all this happening? They're going to start blaming the people that are in power. That's why the people that are in power, they're scared. They are scared right now. Very scared. You got covens running about right now. Covens, witches, groups that and people in high places that are working with government. They're responsible for some of the things you see happening, for the legislations as well, right? And it says, and that was planned with that young girl that just ran past. They just planned that. Everything is planned and orchestrated. They said, yeah. Just run past him and start screaming. Everything is orchestrated here. Everything. And it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because it's going to be locked down. So you're not going to be easily accessible to get to these cities. You're not going to be able to do that. There's going to be all lockdowns in these cities. Full lockdowns. A man shall not be able to. Let me check. Let me pan the camera. Pan the camera. Gang stalkers are out today. Pan the camera. You know what I'm saying? Man's wearing all red. As well, like a gang stalker. The red color codes. So remember, you're not going to be able to get into these cities, man. Right? It's going to be very hard in terms of access. It's going to be difficult. Brothers, you're going to see a whole paradigm shift. It's happening right now. A huge paradigm shift. That's why, brothers, we have to be in the spirit. Right? We have to be in the spirit. A lot of things are happening. A lot of things are being brought to the light. A lot of exposure is happening as well. And they know they can't stop this truth. See what else we got. So this is 2 Ezra 15. A man shall desire to go into a city. It shall not be. There's going to be martial law. There's going to be blockades. Remember the pandemic? There was what? Blockades. There was blockades to get into one city and stop you from getting into another. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So all these cities are going to be troubled. Let me pan the camera again. All these cities are going to be troubled. Every one of these cities, man, are going to be troubled. From Deptford, from your Lewishams, to your Brixtons, to your Clausers, to your Purleys, to your Croydons. All of these cities are going to be troubled. So we want to make sure we're grounded in faith when these things happen. And it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, houses shall be destroyed, men shall be afraid. There's going to be men running from place to place. It says they're going to be afraid. They're not going to know what to do. They're going to be like headless chickens. And yes, but the elect are going to be stable. Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. That's what's going to keep us stable. The wisdom and the knowledge. That's what's going to keep us grounded. Okay? And it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. A man shall have no pity on his neighbor. right? But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. You're gonna have people running into these houses looking for money, looking for not money, looking for food, because people were to what? Put food in their belly. So we're approaching that time. Food is going to be very scarce. If you have food, you're going to be lucky. You're going to need to hoard that somewhere, hide it. It's going to get medieval. Everything's going to get medieval again. You're going to have gangs roaming about. These gangs are going to be turning on each other. Speaking of food, you've got some woman with a celery thing here, with a celery box. They're going to want that celery, and yeah, celery. They're going to want that celery, bro. You got a food production place right here. That's spiritual. That, bro, is going to get real medieval. That's why we got to be ready. We got to be on point. This is 2 Ezra 15. And it says, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And for great tribulation. So it's going to be great tribulation. They're bringing their children around again, Baba Kishar. They love to do that as well, Baba Kishar. But don't worry about that. That's their occult groups and all that. Remember, stay in the truth, stay firm, stay settled, and Yahweh Shai is taking care of everything else, Baba Kishar. So we got to be grounded and settled in this word, right? Ezekiel 9 and 4. It also says that shall what? They shall what? Ransom cities. Ransom them cities. And so forth. Okay? Baba Kishar, that's what they're going to do. They're going to ransom these cities. Right? And they're told to do that as well. They tell these children to do these things as well. But that's why it says, spare not what? Old, young. But children, now the man goes back in his yard with the red coat. I told you everything's orchestrated, bro. Now the man goes back in his yard with the red jacket. I told you, this program is flawed, bro. They use anyone. They use disabled people. They use utility workers. They use traffickers. They use gangs. Right? They use children. I told you about this program. But these are the things that are getting uncovered. Right? That's why I say it's a thin line being in this truth. Very, very thin line. So you got people out here, when we're teaching, they're trying to create a narrative. Yes, sir. It's the New Translation. Yeah, it's the Holy Bible. Yeah. Right now, I'm reading the Apocrypha. Have you ever heard of the Apocrypha? This is basically, it's the Bible. But they took it out for some reason because it mentions the wicked. It mentions Antiochus Epiphanes. It mentions Caesar. It mentions Herod. It mentions all the wicked. And the Maccabees. Have you heard about the Maccabees? The Maccabees were Jews that fought to uphold the law. And it was during 70 AD, Vespasian, he was fighting against the Jews in that region because they were upholding the law, and a lot of them died. Yeah, King Solomon. This mentions King. It's got the.
You speak about how evil Israel was, how bad there was false gods around Israel at that point in time.
Yeah, that's all in what? What's that in? That's that beginning in Genesis, right? The third chapter. The serpent and Eve. That serpent wasn't a snake. It had the characteristic of a snake. That serpent was a witch. And that was the beginning of idolatry, right? Because what was we supposed to do? Eat the tree of life, right? But they never done that. Eve, what did she do?
No, it wasn't Eve. It was men. Men are wicked.
No, but it says Eve ate that fruit.
Yes, it is in the Bible. Men are wicked. It's a man.
It doesn't. Well, where in the Bible does it say men are wicked? It doesn't say men are wicked.
Eve was made by the rib.
Yeah.
The man. So we were supposed to be there to protect him from the serpent. But no, we told Eve to eat the fruit. Therefore, she ate the fruit. And therefore, we put blame on what? On women.
No, but the scripture says through her we die.
No. That's the problem.
Through her we died. Through Eve. It says in
That's
Timothy.
why we have the risk.
It says it. I get it. I get it.
That's why we have the race of babies here believers. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but you know what, brother? I have to go by the scriptures. It says through.
No, that's the problem. That's why Christ came for new life.
Yeah, I hear that.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
Christ came for new life.
Yeah, so
The world's so wicked that what you're speaking about, spoken, etc. Yes,
Mhm.
we followed back in the days. We so much idolized God, etc. But you know damn well there's only one guy. It's Christ.
You're right. I hear you. I got something.
God.
It says this. For Adam was formed. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 13. For Adam was formed first in Eve, and Adam was not deceived. But the woman being deceived fell in transgression. It says, but Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, fell into transgression. So it says Adam was deceived, but Eve was. So through her, we will die. Because she's the one that committed the sin.
Yeah, but we were the ones supposed to protect.
Yeah, I know, we were, but
Protect the women.
Adam
You
was.
know how many families, no, listen to this, point of view till today, how many families have been broken apart from men? Men don't take it serious, men don't take the woman serious,
Yeah.
which therefore is a broken family every corner that you go. Trust me, bro. And now we get talking to you, but bro,
Yeah.
I'm talking serious though.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Problem is,
I hear you,
men
bro.
don't give a crap. That's the problem.
Alright, yeah.
That's it. You gotta get confidence, yeah?
Yeah, you're an Israelite, man. You're an Israelite.
Of course.
You're an Israelite.
Of course I'm an Israelite.
So-
But I'm not an Israelite naive. I'm a person of humanity. God first.
Yeah, always put good forth.
No evilness for only one God. But the world doesn't understand that. The world wants this, and that, and we do realize what we have already is already a blessing.
Yeah,
You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be whatever. What a rich man without God is a poor man.
definitely.
Poor man.
And the scripture says we are what? The poor of this world, but rich in faith in James, right?
Of course.
So you're right. There's a lot of people that, you see them with the big cars, Jaguars, Mercedes there, but that don't mean nothing if you don't have God, right?
God.
That's right.
Yahweh. Always.
Yahweh Shai is name.
Yes, man.
But I'm not going to argue with you about the name. As long as you believe.
No, brother. You've got the faith. I can see with the eyes.
Yes, brother.
Keep going.
Hey, thank you, brother. Hey, may Yahweh Shai bless you as well. Okay? Hey, that's a brother right there, man. Got a zeal. That's why you have to be out here. That's why you have to be teaching. That zeal, he's right. You're nothing. If you ain't got God, you're nothing. You need God, you have faith. And he even said it, you can see it in my eyes. I believe this, man. Passion, I'm zealous for this. A very good point. We might as well speak about that as well. Where was we though? We were on the prophecy. Right? The prophecy of this all anarchy is gonna break loose, all hell's gonna break loose. You're gonna have people that are ransacking, rioting, all them things there. You better have in the time, you gotta have faith. Let's see what else we got. This is 2 Ezra 16, actually 15. And where was we? And it says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of tribulation. So it's gonna get real medieval, it's gonna get sticky out here. I'm telling you, it's gonna get, and the gangs are gonna start turning each other as well. The same person that was giving you milk and cookies, they're gonna be turning on you. Right? Well, we're living in them times. Let's see what else we got. I'm thinking about now Jeremiah. I'm thinking about Thessalonians as well. Let's go to Thessalonians. I'm thinking about Matthews. All these different things. One more thing, hold on. Excuse me. Matthew 24. It talks about this shall be a time like never before seen upon the earth. All right? We got Matthew 24. Bear me just a minute. Keep this going. This Matthew 24. And where can we start? It shall be a time like never seen before. Where is it? Here it is. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall there be great tribulation, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time. No, nor ever shall be. So there's going to be a time of great tribulation. Nobody's ever seen nothing like it. Now on the earth, there's been tribulations, right? But it says, like never seen before, right? Never ever seen before. Great tribulations throughout the earth. Great. But there more people are coming out now. So we're gonna have tribulations out here. Baba Kishore. Heavy, heavy tribulation. But we want to be what? Faithful to overcome it. Okay. So it does say, Baba Kishore, there shall be tribulation as was never since before. The beginning of the world until this time, nor shall ever be. You see, so it's going to get, I'm telling you, nothing's going to compare to what you're going to see. Nothing. A lot of you are going to be literally stepping over dead bodies, stepping over dead bodies. Literally. Hmm? That's how it's going to be. There's a lot I'm thinking about this Thessalonians as well. We also got Isaiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. There's Thessalonians, one thing at a time. We're also going to go to Thessalonians. All right. Hold on just a minute. Hold on. We are not asleep as others do. Right? Know what I write unto you. So this is Thessalonians 5. Right? But concerning the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I should write to you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahushua comes as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them, as labor pains upon a pregnant woman. So it's going to come like a thief in the night. When they shall say peace and safety, comfortability. When sudden destruction comes upon them, as a labor pains upon a pregnant woman. Then, so it's going to come in such a time when people are not expecting it. Now let's go to Jeremiah 30 about them labor pains. Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, actually 30. And we're going to jump straight to 5. But thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and a fear of not of peace. Trembling. This is what Jeremiah heard in vision. And not of peace. Ask now and see whether a man is in ever labor with child. So why do I see every man with his hands on his loins, like a woman in labor? All faces turned to paleness. So that's what he saw. Women, hands, man, hands on their loin region, like they were in labor, which would be what? Some form of suffering. Right? Probably screaming. And as I say that, you've got this woman with her pram. It's going to be like that, a woman in labor. And it says, check this out. All faces turn to pale, alas, through sickness. For that day is great, so none is like it. It is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it's going to be a great time like never seen before. It's a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. A remnant. Daniel's, what's that? Daniel, is it Daniel's 12? Right? Some shall wake up to what? Greatness, some to everlasting shame. So you're going to have that. Abba Kishar. You're going to have that. A Coven member just went past, looking angry. Abba Kishar. So that's what's going to happen. Some's going to wake up to everlasting shame, some to not. See what else we got? And it says, but he shall be saved out of it. So you're going to have an elect. That's going to be saved from that. Right? We're going to keep this short today. We're going to keep it short. See what else we got. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to Isaiah 9. Go to Isaiah 9. This is Isaiah 9. And hold on just a minute. Keep this moving. 9 and 19. Can't find it. Right? That's okay. So it says, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts, but on this burden the people shall be as fuel for the fire. It says it. So the people shall be as fuel for the fire. You got these people hiding their faces. There's a reason why they're hiding their faces. Because they're involved in something probably they shouldn't be involved in. Baba Kishan, check this out. This is Isaiah 9 and 19. For the wrath of the Lord of hosts, the land is burned up, and the people shall be a few for the fire. No man shall spare his brother. He shall snatch on the right hand. Key thing, snatch on the right hand. And be hungry, he shall devour on the left hand and shall not be satisfied. So snatching on the right hand, eating on the left hand, and still not satisfied. He shall be hungry, he shall devour on the left and shall not be satisfied. Every man shall eat the flesh of his own arm. So there's going to be cannibalism as well. So this is all prophecy, brothers. This is going to happen in real time. Let's see what else we got. Deuteronomy 28. Bear me just a minute. Deuteronomy 28. And we're going to go to the famine. This is Deuteronomy 28. And we're going to go to 54. The sensitive and very refined man among you will be hostile towards his brother, toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the rest of his children. It says this as well. Whom he leaves behind, so he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he has nothing left in the siege and desperate straits in which your enemy shall distress you at all your gates. So there's going to be barricading when this goes on. Cannibalism is going to come back. Happened in World War II. It can happen again. And it says, he that is tender and delicate among you would not venture to set his sole of the foot on the ground, his husband, and it says they will eat them secretly for lack of everything in the siege and desperate straits in which your enemy shall distress you at all your gates. So it's going to happen. But Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's what's going to keep us stable in that time to come. I'm going to shut off here. Lord, when this is edifying, and until the next time, shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.